The animatronics get more aggressive at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and 4 a.m. So this is me playing my Five Nights at Freddy's recreation that I made without ever playing a FNaF game before. Great screenshot, right? But let's start from the beginning, shall we? This is just a little game I made for my JavaScript final. I'm sure I'll explain a lot in the VO. Explain I shall. Hi, Editor Batboy here. I'm studying computer science in the hopes of becoming a game designer / developer, and one of my classes this last semester had a final project with minimal guidance other than some simple requirements. So I did the obvious choice and decided to rebuild a game that took an experienced indie developer 6 months to make in less than 2 weeks. How hard could it be? And as you can see, I do have a handicap thing here, but we're going to try our best to not use that today. And we're going to try to not get jump scared. So while I get settled into my first night, let's talk about the game itself. FNaF 1 features the most basic gameplay loop of any FNaF game. 4 main animatronics, check cameras, close doors, and check door light. Those are the primary mechanics, all of which I included in my remake. So how did I do it? Well, this was for my JavaScript class, and I decided to go with using static images for the game screen, pulling screenshots from the game in every permutation that I could reasonably add. Also, shout out to the Dr. RHL and Gamers Little Playground for being the videos where I pulled a lot of these images from, so link in the description to their videos, which is surprisingly only a bit above 60 image files. I also added a lot of the sound effects, including jump scares, door sounds, camera sounds, and of course, the phone calls. Cleaned and bleached, and the carpets have been replaced, blah blah blah. Now I know that sounds bad. I did edit the calls a bit to make it more school appropriate, just to be safe for my grade, but I feel like it still works pretty well. The fight F87. Already, and you see we're already at 2 a.m. No one's moved yet. I mean, some of the ways that these animatronics move, for those of you who aren't familiar with the inner coding of the FNaF 1 animatronics, and a lot of the other games too, every 5 seconds they will roll a random number between like 0 and 20. And if they roll less than or equal to their AI value, they will move if possible. And so what that would look like is right now the animatronics are like a really low level. Say it's like Bonnie's at like 2. So if he manages to every 5 seconds, he'll check. If he rolls under a 2 or less, he will then move to the next location. And one of the limiting factors is that they can only have one person in the same room at the same time, which I don't believe is the case in the original game. Again, I've never played the original Five Nights at Freddy's. This is the closest I've gotten to it. And I mean, subscribe if you want me to do that. I might do that for a live stream if we even hit 1,000 likes on this video. I will live stream playing Five Nights at Freddy's for the first time, which would be nuts. So I've never played a FNaF game before, but I did program, this whole thing. When the cameras are open, I do have a little map here that tells you which keybinds you can press to then just automatically move to a specific camera. Have I ever beaten this without using developer cheats? No, I have not. Oh, there we go. 6 a.m. Night 1. No problem. Alright, night 2. Here we go. Bro is camping this corner. And now is a good time to tell you about today's sponsor, no one, because I've made no money on this channel. So subscribe if you want to see me actually, play the real FNaF 1. See, there's like a very cool trick with timings. Alright, friends. That is what we call a bug. How did he... So this is Bonnie. This is my code for Bonnie right here. I have a little bit of a cheat sheet in the console on JavaScript, and it shows me which animatronic moved where. And I've used this to kind of cheat my way through most of the nights. And as you can see here, yeah, I definitely did get jump scared, and I did not see it though, which that is a problem. Let's quickly investigate to see if we can discover the issue. And I investigated for quite some time, trying to scratch my head because it is the proper GIF file. Everything seems to be working, but I never ended up figuring it out during this video. But I did fix it a bit later. I can show you on screen here. I did fix it now, so the jump scares actually play, but for most of this video, a lot of the main animatronics have random bugs with their jump scares, so just keep that in mind. We're just gonna go ahead and try that again and hope that doesn't happen again. And then night 2 was pretty uneventful. At least that is what I'm assuming, because I forgot to record the rest of it. So on to night 3. What you got for me, Ralph? Phone guy. Chica's already gone. What the heck? Fox is already moving. This is not gonna go well.
Hello. Hey, you're doing great.
Thanks.
Most people don't last this long.
I shouldn't have.
I mean, you know, they usually move on to other things by
Of
now.
course.
I'm not implying that they died. That's not what I meant. Okay, I'll leave you to it. See you on the flip side.
You'll notice that phone call is a lot shorter because his entire part about having a new strategy of going limp, I just removed that part just for the sake of trying not to have anything that's maybe too disturbing for grading purposes, because my instructor is gonna, see this. So, okay, I'm gonna set a rule right now. Foxy is wanting to be mean. I'm gonna say every time I fail it, I have to add at least a 5% handicap. Because this gets really, really difficult. And Foxy is the reason. I will try to not have to add a handicap. I looked it up. I looked up the frequency of the move checks. I looked up the AI levels. How is... and so I verified this. I verified that Foxy, moves this fast, but this feels way too fast. Feels like people spend way more time on cameras, and then maybe he's not moving this fast, but like in this, it just feels like he is like 3 levels above what he should be. Okay, now everyone's count of 4. We win these. This is proving to be more interesting than I thought it would be. So let's listen to Ralph totally survive his night.
Oh, hey, wow, day 4. I knew you could do it.
We can do it.
I may not be around to send you a message tomorrow. It's been a bad night here for me.
It's on the call. I always get freaked out by that.
My messages for you. So when I did.
Yeah, I also cut out some of the part where he actively, doesn't make it. So I cut out the jump scare sound from the call and the, check the suits in the back. I cut that part. I mean, kind of hits the purpose when I'm telling you what I cut, but you already know. If you knew the original game, you already know. But I think it still gets the point across, banging on the door. I'm glad I, recorded these messages when I did. Oh no, and then hangs up. So. And now feels like a good time to mention one of the most important features that I did not add to this game. Golden Freddy. I know, I failed to add one of the most iconic parts of FNaF 1, but hey, I literally learned JavaScript for the first time only a few months ago, so I think I can get a pass on that. And after all, I don't need a lawsuit for technically distributing FNaF 1 illegally, even if it was to my teacher for grading. Freddy's on stage, Bonnie's there, and... there. We're safe. We're safe. For now. I can chill here. We're above 50% power by 3 a.m. That's good, because that's halftime, but not good because it's going to get a lot worse in terms of how the animatronics get more aggressive at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and 4 a.m. So... what was that luck? I saw that curtain. I was like, I am a dead man. I had the camera down for at most that 15 seconds. He had to have lucky rolled 3 times in a row to do that. That is insane. That is insane. I'm going to stick to my rule. I'm going to add a 5% handicap down here at the bottom. You can see, you can increase it up to 5. That means my power will drain that much less. And it's not really going to apply to much, but let's give it another shot. Nah, Foxy. I told you Foxy was going to be the death of me. And that jump scare is probably going to be the intro. I wasn't recording. I didn't get paid for this. Foxy, I'm already, it's night 4, 3 a.m., just past half power as well. Currently things are going well. Freddy is staring me down in the cameras though, which means he is going to try to move off once Bonnie leaves. I'm just trying to keep tabs on everyone. Okay. I should never close the camera without looking at camera 3, which is 1C. Because, well, it's not to be confused with actual camera 3. See, if they get lucky, they move so fast. Which is why I'm not going to be doing 2020 mode or whatever. That's ludicrous. Yep, he's... Yeah, I needed a sound effect to play. I just needed it. Oh shoot, I just saw my power level. I need to survive. He will literally reduce my power to basically 0. Thanks, Bonnie, for still being a pain and still not executing your jump scare correctly. Now I have to go fix it again in the code. I did not go and fix it in the code again, but I tried. During the game, but it will play it at the start of the game. You see that? You see the GIF plays. The GIF plays. Ignore the phone call. That's just, it's because it's a test. Also, reminder: I did end up fixing this after, so it's not in the video, but after. And so if I did a follow up on the custom nights, then it will be fixed. Alright, we're gonna just see. Now we're up to 10% handicap. Let's hope this doesn't go up to the maximum, which is 200%. You know, it'd help if I disabled the testing I was doing to make sure Bonnie's jump scare works. Still not entirely sure why it doesn't seem to work all the time, but Chica's already on the move. Bonnie came down. Yeah. No, thank you. There's no way I make it. There we go. 3 a.m. Still 50% power because 10% handicap is actually busted. Okay. Night 4 done. I only had to use a handicap of 10%. You can bring that down to 5 now that we beat the night. Already, I have been very much not looking forward to attempting this. This is night 5, and you'll notice immediately something's different. No phone call. Because I guess I was like, I don't know, is the teacher gonna get mad at that? Why? It's been 2 seconds! Come on! But yeah, I didn't want to get in trouble or whatever for, you know, too spooky, so I just didn't include it. But can we just she's in the kitchen. Okay, I guess everyone else is already gone. Bonnie's. See what I have to put up with? It's time to go into full-blown crazy mode. And full-blown crazy mode I did go into. This night was particularly difficult because this was the first time that Freddy actually managed to get off the stage. And he made it a lot farther than I thought. Oh, he left. which is another thing. I don't know if he actually does that. But of course, he didn't actually show up in the jump scare, so I just decided to restart. Alrighty, night 5. This time on a 10% handicap again, trying to not die here. I didn't need to have that door closed. I was wasting time, wasting power. Yep, called it. I freaking called it. I was like, no, I've been looking away for too long. Now we're with that power. Come on, Bunny. Oh my goodness. Mixed messages. But I hit 6 a.m. I got the windscreen. Oh. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, jeez. That that was a lot. And if you want to see more of my bonus night, the bonus night 6 and custom night on bonus night 7, let me know. I can make a short on those, but this was a lot. This was a really fun project to work on, and clearly it is not without its bugs, but I did make it in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, without ever playing any of the actual FNaF games ever. So I call that pretty good for literally also learning this language in like a semester. So pretty good. You can see we got all of the first 5 achievements, and now we've unlocked night 6. But that was hard. I'm glad I added the handicap. Otherwise, I wouldn't have survived. Like you saw, Freddy was literally that close to jump scaring me. So much so that the code got confused. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys in another one, and bye.